Good afternoon and welcome to our 2021 Community Service Awards, honoring outstanding students across our district. If I could ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Although this year's celebration may be virtual, I hope our students and families know that we are celebrating with the same amount of excitement and pride as our usual in-person ceremonies. These students truly embody our district norm of care for self and others. They are community organizers, fundraisers, volunteers, advocates, and they are passionate, active members of our schools. Today, we honor their hard work and dedication and share our gratitude for their work. I'd also like to take a moment to thank our special guest here with us virtually this afternoon, former superintendent and namesake for our Fleischman Award, Dr. Ernie Fleischman. First Selectman Fred Camillo will be joining us this evening. Board of Education Chair Peter Bernstein, members of our Board of Education, members of our broader Greenwich community, including the BET, Greenwich Selectmen, and Select Women, RTM, and more. Our school administration, and our supportive community members, including parents, staff, and classmates of our award recipients. And without further ado, I am going to go ahead and ask that we begin. And I'm going to invite Gene Schmidt, our first selectman. I know he was trying to log on, and we're going to go ahead and go to Gene Schmidt. Mr. Schmidt.
Okay, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gene Schmidt, and I'm the principal at Koskop School. Our first elementary school recipient is Briar Lishauer. Briar is an active member of our school community and has made an impact well beyond the walls of Koskop. With her Girl Scout troop, she has helped the Greenwich Botanical Center with annual cleanup. She has helped to host an after-school holiday party to benefit Insperica, and has helped to coordinate a holiday party with the River House Adult Day Center, bringing joy and excitement to our local senior citizens. We are also proud of Briar for her commitment to service and helping others. Please join me in congratulating Briar.
Hello, everyone. I'm Clara Monaco, principal of Glenville School, and tonight I am excited to share our school's representative, Kate Nevote. As a school leader on our 5th grade Student Community Service Council, Kate has helped collect basic necessities for kids in crisis and created posters for Veterans Day to support Home of the Brave. We are so proud of Kate for all the work that she has done beyond our school community. Kate and her family have also read to refugee children and families, helping ease their transition to the United States. Please join me in congratulating Kate. Well deserved, Kate.
Hello, everyone. I am Shanta Smith, principal at Hamilton Avenue School. Our school representative is Brady Barrett. Our Hamilton Avenue School scholars have been dedicated supporters of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital for over 10 years. Brady and his classmates participated in the annual Hamilton Avenue School Mathathon and raised funds to provide wagons to help bring patients from one treatment room to another room. Brady also raised over $1,000 on his own to donate funds to this organization in memory of his cousin. We are thrilled that Brady is representing Hamilton Avenue School. Please join me in congratulating him.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Terry Rickey, the principal at ISD, and I'm very pleased to introduce our school representative, Tatum Wunderlich. At ISD, our IB program places heavy emphasis on taking action and giving back. Tatum provides an incredible display of both of these important elements. She's worked with her peers to collect and donate food to neighbor, helping to serve families directly in our community. She participates in Wreaths Across America each December, which recognizes our veterans' service to our country, and also helped collect blankets and towels for the Stanford Animal Shelter. She also contributed donations to Kids in Crisis for holiday shopping for 3 children. Her character and dedication are truly inspiring. Please join me in congratulating Tatum, and keep up the good work, Tatum. We're very proud of you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Trish McGuire, the principal at Julian Curtis School. I am pleased to introduce our school representative, Georgia Martirina. Georgia is a leader at our school and is part of our Julian Curtis student ambassadors that work to connect with younger students to provide mentoring and friendship. She has participated in numerous service activities, both at school and with her Girl Scout troop. At school, she has helped with our annual Pennies for Patients fundraiser, and as a Girl Scout has helped to fill and donate holiday stockings to Kids in Crisis, working to spread holiday cheer to children in need. We are so proud of Georgia and all of her work. Please join me in congratulating her.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Allie Michelson, the principal at New Lebanon School. Our school representative is Eileen Imana Sanchez. Eileen is our student council president and a true leader for our school community. She has helped lead our annual Trick or Treat fundraiser to benefit UNICEF. Her work alongside her peers resulted in roughly $750 going to UNICEF. Eileen also helped to lead a school-wide initiative to collect children's books to donate to those in need in our community. We are so proud of Eileen and the positivity that she brings to our New Leb community. Please join me in congratulating her.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Angela Schmidt, principal of North Miami School. Our school representative is Cable Standing. Cable and his classmates have been supporting the CHAMPS program through the Marshall Institute for many years. And with the money we've raised, they have helped to train and purchase landmine detecting dogs to improve the safety of several global communities. Cable has also spread his passion for service outside of his work at North Miami. He has participated in food, toy drives, and car washes through his Sikh temple. Please join me in celebrating Cable and all the work that he has helped to lead. Congratulations, Cable.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jill Flood, principal of North Street School, and I am so proud to introduce our school's representative, India Sullivan. India is dedicated to community service and has participated in numerous activities that benefit our school and local community. She is a very active member of our school service club and has helped to collect and donate food for Neighbor to Neighbor, and she also worked to collect pajamas for Fairfield County children in need. I'm also incredibly proud of our school-wide campaign and commitment to performing acts of kindness for others. India has been a true leader in that program. Thank you to India for her impressive work, and please join me in congratulating her.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jen Bensavango, proud principal of Old Greenwich School, and I'm thrilled to introduce our school's co-representatives, Lily Bittman and Albin Ziem. Lily has helped numerous local organizations, including cooking dinner for kids in crisis, raising funds for Save the Children, and cleaning up Todd's Point in partnership with the Live Like Luke organization. Albin has raised money for children with leukemia, created and donated toys for animals, and is also a wonderful community leader here at Old Greenwich, serving as an ambassador and looking for ways to befriend and support his fellow students. We are so proud of Lily and Albin for their service and kindness. Please join me in congratulating them, and congratulations to all of our recipients tonight.
Good afternoon. My name is Mary Granville, and I'm the principal of Parkway School. And I'm here today to celebrate our school's representatives, Adriana Boza and Carly Soul. Adriana and Carly are our Students' Council's co-presidents this year, serving as leaders and role models for our Parkway students. Together, they have brought mindfulness practices and techniques to our morning announcements each day, helping to strengthen our students' social and emotional learning. They have also helped to lead a school-wide service, lots of school-wide service programs, including our holiday card drive, which they spearheaded to support our seniors at Nathaniel Witherall and helping to bring holiday cheer to the community. These students truly exemplify our school norm, caring for self and others. We are so proud of Adriana and Carly, and please join me in congratulating them tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I'm Christopher Weiss, principal of Riverside School. Riverside School's Jackson Bogardus is our award recipient this year, exemplifying our school's tradition of service to others. Jackson helped in our school's annual Holidays for Haiti event, as well as our Pennies for Patients program, to raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. He will also help with our 5th grade service project involving donating meals to kids in crisis, along with many other service projects. Jackson also takes his passion for service outside of our Riverside School community. He launched his own donation collection called Socktober Sock Drive to benefit Inspirica's homeless shelter. Please join me in congratulating Jackson. Keep up that great work, Jackson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Healy. I'm the principal of Central Middle School, and I am proud to kick off the middle school portion of the evening. Central Middle School is proud to nominate and celebrate Justin Bernstein as our award recipient. Justin is an exceptional student, and he challenges himself every day academically, excelling in his classes, but always making time to volunteer and helping out our school and wider community. His passion for serving others is unparalleled. Justin works to ensure that our school is making a difference on a local level. While he may come off as quiet, his actions speak volumes. Justin has been instrumental in supporting our fundraising campaign for Epilepsy Foundation. He has worked on our Pennies for Patients program for all 3 years to support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and he's been a leader in our annual work with Neighbor to Neighbor. Whether serving on student council each of his 3 years, sorting cans for our food drives, collecting and totaling donations for all of our fundraisers, Justin can always be counted on to help out where it is needed. And even prior to the pandemic, Justin spent his time during his weeks with seniors in the town, offering companionship for those who needed it most. We are so grateful for Justin's commitment to service, and we are honored to name him the Central Middle School recipient this year. Congratulations, Justin.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jason Goldstein, principal at Eastern Middle School. The Community Service Award recipient for our school is Ben Adavasio. Ben is our current Student Council Association president and the energy behind so many of our school-wide initiatives. He is a leader within our school community and a friend to so many. Not only has Ben led such activities as our Pajama Day and Teacher Challenge fundraisers, he also helped to lead our school-wide Halloween drive that collected a substantial amount of food to donate to our local nonprofit agency, Neighbor to Neighbor. Ben's social studies teacher, Ms. Cole, shared that he is often the first to volunteer to help out whenever it is needed and regularly comes to school early and stays late to lend a hand with the various donation drives that take place throughout the year. Ben is also the voice of our morning announcements at Eastern, bringing updates and information to his fellow students. Ben personally said it was his honor to be the first voice that students and staff hear each morning. But it is truly our honor to have Ben as a member of our school community. His level of service and school spirit is unmatched. Please join me in congratulating Ben.
Good evening, everybody. I am Gordon Beinstein, proud principal of Western Middle School. And I'm equally proud to introduce our recipient this year, Ms. Chloe Rabinowitz. Chloe was not only the choice of our school staff, she was also the choice of her peers. This year, we asked the 8th graders to share who they thought was most deserving of this award, and Chloe led the league in responses, a testament to her kindness, service, and the impact that she has had on so many. Chloe has donated her time, energy, and personal funds to benefit organizations such as the Ronald McDonald House that supports children battling illnesses, as well as the Bowery Mission in New York City that serves the city's homeless. She has helped many people on a personal level, including a family in Guatemala that was affected by the flooding. She worked with her own family to pick some of her own clothing and multiple other items to donate. They ended up helping multiple families in this poor country. And this event led Chloe to continuously evaluate her own clothing and outgrown items to make sure they can be donated or shared to those in need. I am so proud of Chloe. And I know that her huge heart will continue to make our school, Greenwich, and the world a better place. Thank you, Chloe, for all you do. Enjoy me congratulating her.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ralph Mayo, principal of our great high school. Now we will begin honoring our high school recipients, one from each of our 5 houses. These students join a special group of Greenwich High School alumni who've made a profound impact on our school community. These students are exceptionally giving of their time, talents, energy, and passion. I am very proud of their collective work, and we are so grateful for the lasting legacy that they leave on our school. It is my great pleasure to introduce our Bella House Administrator, Miss Lucy Areco, to start our GHS House Awards. Lucy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lucy Areco, Bella House Administrator. I have the distinct honor of sharing our first high school recipient, Margaret Tracy from Bella House. Margaret is a leader within our school community, using her passion for service to help build a more welcoming, a more kind, and a more inclusive school community. Margaret served in multiple volunteer capacities during her time at GHS, but all of her programming had a common thread: kindness and inclusiveness. Whether it was leading a unified sports team or addressing the entire freshman class during Names Day to share her work with special needs students and adults, she was always advocating for kindness and compassion. While a leader in these programs, Margaret is always more focused on the success of the program in its entirety and always worked with a true team player mentality. Outside of the walls of GHS, Margaret took her desire for building connections to several nonprofit agencies. She worked with preschool-age children at family centers, tutoring in reading and math. And she worked with ableists to bring morning exercises and various arts and crafts activities to a day program for the differently abled. And finally, a prestigious summer internship with Cold Spring Harbor Health Corp sparked an interest in a career in STEM, where she hopes to combine her impressive academic accomplishments and desire to help others to forge a career in biomedical science, with a special focus on the technological innovations that can bring better solutions to the world of medicine and healthcare. We are so proud of Margaret, and she should be very proud of the legacy that she leaves behind as a student and friend committed to inclusivity. Please join me in congratulating Margaret.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Shaw, and I am the Cantor House Administrator. I have the pleasure of recognizing our Cantor House recipient, Skylar McDonald. Skylar is a leader in our school community, oftentimes described as one of our go-to persons by the school administration, and for good reason. Skylar not only excels in various subjects, having completed numerous rigorous courses, and even 2 independent study collegiate level math classes. Their work beyond the walls of the classroom has left a lasting impact on the school. Skylar's community service work began at the local Greenwich Music and Art Camp, where they attended as a young student every summer. There, Skylar learned the value of creativity and patience in teaching children, and that education cannot be one size fits all. As president of the Gay Straight Alliance Club at the high school, they are passionate about finding a safe space for students to discuss their identities. Skylar advocated and successfully brought more inclusive school policies, further awareness about the LGBTQ adolescent experience, and gender-neutral signage to our GHS community. Skylar also took their academic success and translated that into a regular tutoring commitment to students who struggled with remote and hybrid learning. As Ms. Patty, Skylar's counselor, wrote, they are gentle and kind, as well as intellectually gifted. I know that Skylar's work at the high school is just the beginning. As a member of the Model United Nations Club, Skylar researched, discussed, and advocated for important policies at the domestic and international level. They are interested in pursuing law and international studies in college. Skylar's passion for positive change and their ability to decipher complex topics makes me confident that they will see much more in the change and a more inclusive world with Skylar's leadership. Their name says it all. The sky is truly the limit for Skylar. Please join me in congratulating Skylar on this honor.
Good evening, everyone. My name is David Walko. I am the House Administrator for Clark House. It is with great pleasure that Clark House recognized Genevieve McQuillan as our community service winner. Ms. Presta, Jenna's guidance counselor, said, and I quote, genuine, philanthropic, the definition of a leader, selfless, highly intelligent are a few words that I would use to describe one of the most passionate and driven students I have ever worked with. Her integrity, drive, love for family, friends, the planet, and the people in general are obvious at the forefront of every decision that she makes. The McQuillan family was hit with devastating news that their son Luke was diagnosed with brain cancer when he was in first grade. Now cancer-free, Luke started Luke's holiday gift drive, and each year Jenna and her family run a drive in which toys, gifts, and money are donated to Yale New Haven Children's Hospital. In just 3 years, they have risen over 70,000 in gifts for children. Jenna is also a member of the National Honor Society, was co-president of Saving the Bees Environmental Club, also a Power Hour tutor at the Boys and Girls Club, and a peer tutor at GHS while maintaining a 4.8 GPA. As far as next year, Jenna is still waiting to hear from schools that she has applied to, but we all know that she will continue her great work for caring for others at whatever university or college she decides on. They will also be lucky to have her. Winston Churchill once said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. This quote emphasizes Genevieve's with her willingness to help wherever needed and always put others before herself. Please, with me, congratulating Genevieve on this outstanding award and all the other recipients tonight.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Byrne, the House Administrator for Folsom House, and I'm here this afternoon to recognize the Folsom House recipient, Gabriela Mendoza. Gabby's commitment to service knows no bounds. She's the president of our Roots and Shoots Club and has led countless programs in the service of others. The club's annual 9/11 food drive collects canned and non-perishable food items for our local Neighbor to Neighbor chapter. Annually, their efforts regularly amount to over 2,000 non-perishable items that go directly to families in need in our own community. Her impressive work leading the Roots and Shoots Club programming earned her a spot in the application-based youth leadership training program for Roots and Shoots called the National Youth Leadership Council. Serving on this council, Gabby was able to bring her passion for service and exceptional organizational skills to the national level by providing project feedback and suggestions to her peer counterparts across the US. I could go on at length about the work she has done with Roots and Shoots for our local community. However, I will instead share some of her more personal work as a peer tour guide, mentor, and tutor. While Gabby excelled at large school-wide fundraising initiatives, she was equally comfortable and impactful providing one-on-one support to her peers. She tutored students in Spanish and chemistry and acted as a welcoming presence for our newest GHS students by providing peer-led tours and working with them on orientation day. We are so proud of Gabby for her incredible work that has had a lasting and meaningful impact on our school and our broader community. Please join me in congratulating Gabby on this honor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bridget Berry, the Sheldon House Administrator, proud to introduce our recipient, James Patrick O'Malley. Jimmy is a strong individual, determined to help others and to improve his community. Not only does Jimmy serve on 3 separate communities, 2 local and 1 national, to help build awareness on the risks of substance abuse, he also serves as the Vice President of Greenwich High School's Links Club, bringing together over 100 students to support local organizations with their own drives and volunteer initiatives. In addition, Jimmy is a passionate advocate for inclusion and equality, working with a group of young people in Greenwich's Youth for Justice group to build a community committed to racial equity and restorative justice in and around our town and others. A story from a couple of years ago captures Jimmy perfectly. After his daily lacrosse practices, he routinely cleaned up the team room. This was not required of the players, but Jimmy felt it was the right thing to do. He did this without fanfare and without telling anyone about it. The only way it was discovered was that his coach happened to see him stay late one day during his usual team room cleanup. This is the epitome of integrity, doing what is right, even when no one is watching. And it's Jimmy in a nutshell. Jimmy says he's been inspired by his parents, whose values and life work have instilled in him compassion and a commitment to helping others. Sheldon House is so happy and proud to have Jimmy representing us this year for this great award. Please join me in congratulating him.
At this time, I just want to say, first of all, how impressive these young people are. So congratulations to all of our honorees, elementary, middle, and high school. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Fleischman, who will be presenting the Fleischman Award winners. Dr. Fleischman?
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ernie Fleischman, and I have the pleasure of awarding this year's Fleischman Award to 2 recipients, Isabel and Fiona Bush. But before I share their incredible accomplishments, I want to share a little background on how the Community Service Awards came to be. It was 37 years ago, I said 37 years ago, that I was driving back from Portchester and entering Greenwich on the Post Road. And I saw a sign that said, "Welcome to Greenwich, home of sports champions." Now, I love sports, and 3 of our children who went through Greenwich High School played varsity sports, but it made me think a little bit about purposes and symbolism. And then a few days later, I went walking down the corridor of Greenwich High School and from the headmaster's office to the student center, and I started looking at the trophies. They were all athletic trophies. So I thought a bit, gathered a small group and said, one of the critical purposes of education is not only to provide students with knowledge so that they can, go on to college or work and take care of their futures, but it's also to convey the attitudes so that they can help others and help our local community, state, and national community become a better place. So that's the background. And now I want to talk about the incredible award winners, Isabel and Fiona. I had the pleasure a few days ago of meeting with them virtually, obviously, for about an hour so that I could give an award to somebody that I got to know. And I came away not only impressed by their intelligence, but their passion. And that's a word they use frequently, and their clarity of purpose. So, individually, Isabel and Fiona are incredibly impressive, but together, they are an unbeatable force for good. They have volunteered for established nonprofits and community organizations, including Neighbor to Neighbor, Greenwich Hospital, and the Greenwich Historical Society. And they've established their own volunteering initiatives through the creation of the Sisters for Sisters Education Network. Incidentally, these sisters were born somewhere between 3 to 6 minutes apart. Creating and growing an international organization is tough to do as a high schooler, but I should mention that these two young women started the organization as 9-year-olds in 2012. At just 9 years of age, they began a letter writing network to correspond with children in Afghanistan. They partnered with the Women for Afghan Women network and corresponded for 9 years with 2 Afghan women living in a children's center in Kabul. Their personal correspondence was just the beginning of their work. They built and scaled their program to establish educational sessions, and they most recently created Skype call program with the Children's Center in Kabul to teach English and encourage cultural exchange. Their work to build connections and foster educational experiences can truly be felt at the global level. I'm most impressed that they do this work without the need for praise. That was so evident when I met with them. So while they may not brag about the awards they have won, I am so happy to do it for them. Together, they have won the President of the United States Volunteer Service Award, a State of Connecticut General Assembly official citation for commitment to public service, the 2020 YWCA Next Generation Women Who Inspire Award, a letter of commendation from the Mayor of New York City, and the Good Citizen Award of the Town of Greenwich, awarded by the First Selectman, and the Independence Day Association in recognition of leadership, dependability, service, and patriotism. Isabel and Fiona have been described as natural leaders and learners, passionate helpers, and a host of other adjectives that all share the common thread that these women work tirelessly to build a more connected world. My wife, Amy, and I are so pleased to make a contribution to the charity of their choice, Women for Afghan Women. I am so proud to award Isabel and Fiona with the 2021 Fleischman Award. Please join me in congratulating them.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Fleischman. So, and I want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon to celebrate our Community Service Award recipients. I'm Peter Bernstein. I'm the chair of the Greenwich Board of Education, and I have the honor of closing this thing out. Before I do, I just want to acknowledge Police Chief Jim Heavey, who's on as an attendee. We didn't name him at the beginning, but he never misses one of these events. He is a consummate volunteer in our community, volunteers through the Boy Scouts and through other things. And even though he's done with us in the high school, he's still attending our program. So thank you for that, Jim. So this is one of my favorite events of the year, where we get to celebrate our amazingly talented students and all of their volunteer efforts. It's also a humbling event in many ways, as we hear about the students' accomplishments in helping others. I hope it actually inspires everybody listening to go out and volunteer in some way to help locally or even globally. The world needs you now more than ever. And if you haven't noticed, Greenwich actually runs on volunteers. I don't get paid for this job. Maybe I should. But in the immortal words of one of my favorite authors, Dr. Seuss, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Now, it's also very humbling for me personally as a father, as my son Justin is now a 2-time community service honoree. Now, 2 things I should say. One is I have nothing to do with the selection process. And the second part is Mr. Healy, while he might be quiet around you, he is not quiet at all. And to think that maybe all of the hours that my wife and I have volunteered for our schools possibly inspired him and can continue to help pay it forward for others through his actions, it's just amazing. But let me take a moment to thank all of the other parents for setting an example for their children. I personally know how many of our award recipients got their start in the community service just as my parents were role models for me, and I think they're actually on because Justin's an award winner. So you're all doing something right, and just keep up that good work. And now there's no pressure on Justin or any of the other students today to continue their volunteering and maybe win in high school, maybe even win the Fleischman Award when they're seniors. Nope, no pressure at all. But award recipient or not, I'm actually proud of Justin and all of the honorees today. They don't volunteer for recognition. They volunteer because of the joy it brings them to be able to help others. As part of our vision of the graduate, we expect all students to contribute to community through dialogue, service, and leadership. The students honored today have demonstrated mastery in this very important subject. I truly hope that they continue to find passion in the service of others long into the future. With that, I will say congratulations again to all of our recipients. All of the students will be receiving state citations and district certificates to recognize their impact on the community. And let's have one more round of virtual applause for all of our award winners. I'm going to say thank you for joining us, and everyone have a good evening.